This is my company this morning. They've had their breakfast and they've had their snack. Yes, they have to have their, I don't want to say it, but their CHEW in the mornings. But they've had that already. And now they're just snoozing. And even though he's not supposed to be up there, it's his favorite spot to be. Oh, stinker. Look at that tail going. Well, good Wednesday morning, friends. Well, hello, friends. It is, like I said earlier, it's Wednesday, and it has been a super chill morning. I don't have anywhere I have to go today, so I've just been kind of taking it easy. I shared my grocery haul video this morning, and I just wanted to thank everyone for their comments and concerns about Olivia. She's doing a lot better. The stone finally passed last night, so she is doing much better. She's sore, but she'll be sore for a few days, but the worst of it is over, and now it's just a matter of doing whatever she can to help prevent getting another one. So that's going to mean a few lifestyle changes, but nothing too terribly drastic, I don't think. This whole ordeal started Sunday evening. Sunday evening, she was so miserable. Poor thing. She was in so much pain. Finally, about 2 in the morning on Monday morning, I think the stone had moved into her bladder, because once it does that, then a lot of the pain will subside. And so she was able to get a little bit of rest. Monday, she was just not herself, and she was still achy and just not feeling good. And then finally, Tuesday evening, early evening, it's out of her body now. So it was pretty big. I mean, definitely visible. It looked like, I don't even know what to compare it to. Honestly, I don't. Bigger than a grain of sand, that's for sure. It was quite big. So anyway, thank you all so much for your wonderful prayers and wishes for her, and she is doing so much better. So after this chill morning that I've had, I've just been watching YouTube, went out and took care of my chickens, ate breakfast, played with the dogs a little bit, and now there is a project that I've been thinking about for probably 2 weeks, and today is the day that I'm going to get it done. It's going to be a fairly big job, so I need to get to it, so let's go. Out here in my entryway is my it's not my extended pantry, this is my working pantry. This is what I work from. I have a larger extended pantry downstairs. And then I've got all my dehydrated foods and things here on this, and then this has just become a conglomerated mess. And then down here are supposed to be the snack cupboards, but it's really hard, especially that bottom set of cupboards. It's hard to get down in there, and it's not super convenient. This is not the best setup. So what I am thinking about doing, or what I want to do, is I want to leave all my dehydrated foods on this top shelf. This shelf, I need to clean everything out of there. I want to clean everything out of there. And I think on this shelf, I want to put the canned foods that I use the most, more organized, in a more organized manner. And then put more canned foods in this shelf here. The bottom cabinet, I'm just going to put stuff that I don't hardly ever use, but I don't want to take downstairs because I do use them more often than having to run down to the basement to get them, if that makes any sense. And then I want to get all of these two cabinets cleaned out, and up here make these my snack cabinets for chips and things like that. I think it'll just be better because I can't even fit the snacks in these two cabinets. It's just a mess, it really is, and something needs to be done. So I think what the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off this second shelf and all this debris that's in front of it and start moving canned goods down here. so far it's done. We'll see how the family copes with the change. Up here on the top shelf, I have all the savory snacks. I didn't realize there were so many partial bags of stuff that need to be eaten, so I'm going to be suggesting people eat from this side before they go over here to the full bags. Down here I have crackers. We don't eat a ton of crackers. There's just a few there. And in this little tote is going to be all of Scott's snacks and things for his lunch. Granola bars, meat sticks, that kind of stuff. And then over here is the sweet stuff. And again, I didn't realize we had so many partial things of sweets up, pushed in the back down there. So I won't be buying any more cookies for a while because we need to get those eaten up. Then here on this shelf, I kept all of my dehydrated things. And then here I have like savory type canned goods, tomato products, condiments, broths, soups, and beans, things like that. Down here in this cabinet on the top, I have more of like the sweet things like fruits, jams, sauces, things like that. That little green basket holds some sunflower seeds and some pumpkin seeds. Wasn't sure what to do with those, so I just kept them there. And then we have pie filling. Now there are a couple of savory things down here. I have my crunchy onions and pepperonis. Then on this very, very bottom is just overflow stuff, extra tortilla chips that are full, sugars and flours, and panko breadcrumbs, and things like that. And then clear in the back, you can't see it, is some Crisco. These are all items that I don't use very often, but I don't want to take downstairs. So now the trick will be to keep it organized. I'm hoping with the snacks and things up here, they'll be more visible, they'll get eaten, so we don't have to have waste. And yeah, and this looks so much nicer without all that clutter on there. Now the only thing I couldn't find a spot for was Travis's ramen noodles, which I might stick those down in that very bottom cabinet as well, just so that, because there's space right there for them and he'll know that they're there. Well, that pantry job didn't take as long as I thought it would, thankfully. But now it is time to tackle this kitchen. All those are clean dishes that need to be put away. I need to reload the dishwasher and probably get it started. And I need to finish cleaning off this counter and getting foods put away from my grocery haul yesterday. So let's get busy. I'd take you guys out for a quick walk around the yard to show you what's happening with my plants. Keep in mind we have done absolutely nothing outside yet. It's still early. Usually don't start my landscaping and stuff until May. So this is my forsythia bush, and I was just telling Scott that I'm tempted to have him remove it. It is not as pretty as I'd hoped it would be, and I don't understand why it's so bare in the middle here with the flowers, you know, the flower blossoms around the edge. I've been waiting. You're supposed to wait till after the flowers bloom to prune it. So that's what I've been doing, but yet it still doesn't look very good, and it's really gotten too big. And so I think I'm going to have him tear it out this year. I'm not sure what I will plant in its place, but I think it's time for it to go. And then we still are having this problem with the chocolate vine that I can't get rid of, that has taken over everything. I think that might be one of the reasons why my forsythia bush isn't doing well, because it's covered in chocolate vine as well. So all of this needs to go, all of it. I think I'm going to have him even try to eradicate the chocolate bush as well. In here we have my hyacinth, which are done blooming. I had to check and make sure Bo was still breathing. I was like, is he dead? I hope he's not dead. No, he's breathing. He's just napping. My hyacinth have already bloomed. As you can see, they're done. And this is my Live Forever, which I just need to trim all of the dead stuff out of it. And then we've got the Bo, who comes and goes out of the garden. I'm really not pleased that he sleeps there, but what can you do? And then I've got my irises that are not blooming yet, but they are up. And this is a butterfly bush, which I'll cut all the dead stuff back, and there should be some green stuff down in there by the time I get this all cleaned out. The butterfly bushes and the Live Forevers tend to take over this whole space. It's incredibly windy, so if you're hearing stuff banging and stuff, it's the wind blowing. Then I've got my honeysuckle. It's doing really well. Growing very tall. The dogs are barking because they caught sight of Bo. Hi, Bobo. Hi, Bobo. Hi, buddy. Hi. He was taking a nap in my flowers. Why were you taking a nap in my flowers? It's a good spot. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad, and the dogs barking isn't too annoying. But this is my Lily of the Valley patch, and I was just looking at it. It grows bigger every year, and they are just starting to put out some flowers. But in amongst here are volunteer raspberry plants and lilac bushes that we need to get out of here. But I don't really want to disturb this while the flowers are blooming. So once the Lily of the Valley are done blooming, I can come in here and get rid of this volunteer stuff. And then over here is my daylily bed, which are doing pretty good. They won't bloom for a while yet. But again, we've got volunteer raspberries and volunteer lilac bushes coming up in there that we need to get those cleaned out and thinned out. And we always have to be on the lookout for poison ivy too. So thought I'd bring you over and let you see the chickens. They have eaten every tiny scrap of green that was in their yard. Every speck. This was nice and lush and full of green stuff last year, but they have really gotten it picked down. So My plans are to grow some sort of vegetation, some sort, like whether it's ryegrass or something. I'm not sure. I need to do some research on that. But I want to grow some vegetation so that I can throw it over the fence for them, so that they have plenty of green grass and stuff to eat. I do pick grass and throw it to them, not every day, but often. I really ought to extend their yard, but even if I did that, even if we went to all the work to extend it, within a matter of days, they would have it looking just like this. Hi, ladies. Do you think I've got something for you? Do you think I got something for you? Let me pick them. Hurley, you're making a lot of noise. Let me pick them some grass. Oop! I scared him. The last thing I wanted to show you guys were my strawberries. Now, I did an experiment and it didn't work. Last 2 falls ago, these are my strawberry pots, and I put them in the greenhouse, and they did fine, and they came back last year. This past fall, I decided to just, rather than bother Travis to help me move these, I decided to just leave them out and see what happened. Well, obviously, they died. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these pots out of here, and then I'm just going to buy a couple more little pods of strawberries plants from the nursery and transplant them in the bare spots that will be left by these pots, and then this whole patch will fill in with strawberries. And you see the ones that were in the ground that survived the winter are starting to blossom already. So yeah, so what I'm going to do in this little patch is I'm going to take these pots out, transplant more different strawberries, clean all this debris out, the leaves and the pine needles and stuff, and then put some mulch down. But like I said, we don't start doing anything outside until after Mother's Day, so I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I'm just gonna let these plants do their thing. And then that bush and that bush, I can't remember what they're called. A friend of ours gave us those several years ago. I think they're peony bushes, if I am not mistaken. And they've never bloomed one time. And I think this is our 4th or 5th year having them in the ground. So I don't know. There's something about this spot they don't like. I may do some research on that and then end up transplanting them somewhere else. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there's a little early tour of what's going on in our yard. Everything looks really messy and ugly right now. But that is just the way it is in the springtime. Another few weeks and it'll look really nice. I'm sure I'll be bringing you some gardening videos. And this is what I've got going on in my grow table here. I've got, what do I got in here? Oh, I got red Russian kale in here, and none of it has sprouted yet. I planted everything on Saturday. In here I've got zucchini and cucumbers, and you can see, I don't want to lift the lid, right there, that's a little cucumber sprout, so they're starting. And then in here I got nasturtiums, and they're not, none of them have sprouted yet. And then over here I've got spinach, and I need to put a different piece of plastic wrap on it, but they're starting. Like, it's really weird. Those sprouted and grew really fast, and then the rest of them haven't really sprouted yet, which I found very strange. But anyway, maybe I just didn't have those covered as deep or something. So I got that, and then down here I've got leaf lettuce, and I need to turn it because you can see they're going towards the light, and I need to lift to, actually I need to lower the light, I think. But anyway, and in here I've got microgreens, radishes. In here I've got peas. You can kind of see they're starting to sprout. And then over here I've got salad mix. So the microgreens I'm going to cut, let them grow for a few days, and then cut them and eat them as little babies. The lettuce I was hoping would grow and form big leaf lettuces so I can harvest my lettuce. The peas, I wasn't sure if I was going to eat those as sprouts or transplant those and try to grow them like on my deck or something, which I might do. But that's the update on my growing table. Hello, buddy. You ready to go back outside? You ready to go outside? Don't move. It was thunderstorming last night. He wanted to come in. Well, he doesn't act like he really wants to go out yet, so we'll try again in a little bit, okay? Come on, bud. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, we have to go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, Oliver, you're being obnoxious. Yeah, that's a good boy. Come on now. Come get your treat. Come get your treat. There we go. There we go. Well, he did not want to go out. But we have to go. Olivia has her job today. I'm running late. And this is being a monster. So let me get going, and I'll catch back up with you later. We are back from Olivia's job, but we came home, ate some lunch. Now we're turning right around and going back out because it's a good day to go over to the cemetery and set those flowers that I got from Walmart and just tidy up around my mom and my brother's graves. It's kind of an overcast day, but it's actually fairly warm. So we want to get out there and get that done before it starts raining again. So I'll meet you there. hyacinths came back and bloomed a little bit here. We leave this one because it's made out of cement, so it'll be okay in the winter. So that. Why is it all? I don't know. I don't need to rake too much, but I think we can rake up all these leaves. And while you're raking, I will wash the stones. We brought some paper towels and cleaner.
Stand up and I do the part where I have to move them.
Probably a good idea. Instead of trying to get the foam out of the words, I just sprayed it on the paper towel and I'll wipe the places that don't have any letters or anything, so that it doesn't get that foamy stuff in the words. Didn't think about that when I sprayed this one, but it's already starting to go away, so it's not that big a deal. So those are cleaned, so now we need to get the new flowers put up. I think I'm going to move this angel over to Doug's. He doesn't have a very big platform there. So, put it next to it. And the angel that I've kept in my house all winter. You kind of have to put it. It keeps wanting to fall over when the wind blows it because it's not as heavy as it should be. But I'll get that messed with. And Olivia, you can go get the flowers out of the car. I think it goes something like this, but it's not very, the directions were not very plain. So we are going to twist tie it on to the little tripod thing because it doesn't make any sense. This thing doesn't make any sense how it would keep that from blowing away. So I'm just going to get the twist ties that came with in the box and twist tie it on here. I'm thinking maybe I want his cross on that side kind of facing in and that angel in the middle. Do you want to switch those around for me? We are back from the cemetery, and when we got home, Bo was huddled out there by the patio door. He had his head all down and was acting kind of scared. I think he knows there's another storm coming, so he wanted to come back in the house. I did not have to coax him in like I had to coax him out this morning. If you remember, when I was in my last vlog, when I was putting up that picture from my grandparents' farm, I told you I was going to order some more of those clear shelves. Well, the ones that I had ordered before were out of stock, so I had to choose something else. So I chose these. I liked it because of the length of them, and they were sold in a set of 3. So now I have 3 shelves, and the installation, like hanging them, looks like it might be a little bit more difficult, but I'm gonna go out and get Scott's power drill, his screwdriver, because battery is still dead in it, and I'm gonna go get these hung downstairs, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. All right, that's where I put one of the little shelves, which is what I was talking about putting it when I first thought of the idea. And then I went ahead and put this shadow box here. This is of my dad's wristwatch, and a story about the wristwatch there in that shadow box. I shared that before. And then there's the sale flyer for my great grandfather's farm when he sold it. So I got that there. And then I went ahead and took those birds, these bird plaques, down because it looked too cluttered with them there. I'll have to find a different spot for them. And then I was thinking about putting this shelf kind of like that one on the other side of this thing, but it wasn't going to work with this here, so I just put it like right above it, so I can put little knickknacks or things that I get while I'm thrifting can go up there, little vintage things. And then the third shelf I put over here above the World War II poster. Just put it right there. And again, I'll just put things that I get while I'm thrifting up there. I'll style it somehow. I'm not sure yet. So I'm just going to leave it empty for now, and you'll have to watch for that in a future video. Alright friends, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I sure hope you enjoyed it. It's been kind of a chill, relax couple of days, but I did get some things done that I've been really wanting to get done. That pantry project and getting out to the cemetery were the two things that I really wanted to get done this week, and I was able to get both of them accomplished in this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye, friends.